YouTube sensitive place to be children, Mr. A&E. Better give you guys another Raw review for the first day of Black History Month, February 1st, 2021. So this is the Royal Rumble fallout after we have seen Edge win the Royal Rumble for the men's and Bianca Belair winning for the women. So we'll find out more about the Bianca stuff coming on this Friday on Smackdown. But we're going to do, let's check out Raw here. So Raw starts out with Drew McIntyre coming out, and then as Drew McIntyre is coming out, Edge is out. And Drew McIntyre talks about, well, first of all, Edge is out there. He he's been a mentor to him, and he talked about how he was in last year's Royal Rumble, and he saw Edge, the countdown. Edge came out, he was a huge fan, and all that stuff. And Edge like, now, I appreciate all that, Drew, but what's wrong with you? I just won the Royal Rumble. That makes me, you know what I'm saying, a threat to you because you have the WWE Championship. And he was just like, he says, I'm not an ultra opportunist because, like you, he said, I know you're not like me. But, you know, say you should still be more focused on the guy who won the Royal Rumble and who could challenge the title for WrestleMania. Edge alluded that, you know, of course he won the Royal Rumble, but I don't think he's going to challenge Drew McIntyre. I really think he's going to go after Roman. I kind of hope he does go after Roman. And Sheamus comes out and says, how dare you talk to basically Drew McIntyre, that he doesn't owe you anything, blah, blah, blah. But then after Edge leaves the ring, Sheamus gives Drew McIntyre a bro kick. So now we got that eventual rival that they're going to build up. So maybe at Elimination Chamber, they're going to have a Raw Elimination Chamber to see who's going to face Drew McIntyre at Mania, while Sheamus and Drew McIntyre have a match on that show. Because I don't think they're going to save this all the way up to Royal Rumble. I think this is just going to be something that's to help Drew get through it. United States Championship time, Bobby Lashley taking on Riddle, but I'm gonna say Matt Riddle, and this match, you know, at first we're starting to get going. Riddle was coming out hot with the blows and everything. Then Bobby runs for a close eye, and he like leg scissors him over the top rope, which is cool. They gives him one of them like springboard flying bros they call them. But then as Riddle about to get back in the ring, Lashley hits the hurt lock on him, but Riddle's arms caught into the rope. So it looked like Bobby was trying to pull him over the rope, but he didn't see that Riddle's arms on the rope. So I thought it was a botch at first, but then the referee counted to 5, and then he just let go. And then after that, Bobby just snapped. He went out there and then put him in the hurt lock some more, and then tossed him. MVP was trying to console him, like to get off. And then he just looking at MVP like, pissed off, like he's really about to just rip this man apart. Goes back to Riddle, puts him in the hurt lock, and just tosses him over the barricade on the exposed concrete. So it's supposed to allude that he fell on his head by what happened later on in the show. And then Bobby's just pissed and just looks angry. Obviously, because he didn't win the Royal Rumble. But this is the Bobby Lashley that we need. That more intimidating factor of Bobby Lashley. I want to see more of that because obviously I want to build him up for the championship. Honestly, as much of a badass as he is, he should be in that category like when Stone Cold was getting hot. Now Bobby Lashley is nowhere near, I'm saying, the level of Stone Cold or as hot as he was. But what I'm referring to is he should forfeit the United States Championship, like Keith Lee forfeit the North American Championship. He never lost it, and Bobby Lashley should be in that thing where he should never lose it. Like if Matt Riddle becomes it, he should forfeit it to MVP, and then Matt Riddle beats MVP for the championship, and Bobby goes on for that WWE Championship, and Bobby should win it. Bobby should. I mean, of course, you want to wait till the fans come back. I mean, because honestly, in my personal opinion, the way things are going for Raw, if Edge goes over to Roman, and Bobby's looking like Bobby is now, you can build Bobby up in a couple months, even more as a badass. Because you doubt Brock is back and win that WWE Championship. He ain't got to even hold it for long because Drew can get his moment back. But if they're going to try to bring some crowd audience in WrestleMania, Drew can get his pop. But you can put Bobby in there, and then it could be. I think it could really be very entertaining. Bad Bunny arrives backstage and shows because he's get away from Miz TV. As they come back, Matt Riddle does not know who he is. He know he was in a match against. Then whatever he told him he was, he tried to go after Bobby Lashley. So this rivalry is not done. Randy Orton has a promo backstage talking about some Edge returning, and he said that he wasn't a man on his promise because I promised the whole WWE universe that you will never see Edge again, and then here you are, you're back, and then you win the Royal Rumble. So they're not done, so they're going to finish things tonight. So the blow-off match between Edge and Randy Orton is going to be tonight, and I was just like, oh, okay. it's lackluster to me. I mean, it's built up. It had a good story to it. Y'all had 2 good chapters in it. The last man standing match and last year's WrestleMania, and then you guys had the greatest wrestling match ever at Backlash. I'm like, y'all gotta finish it out somehow at a pay-per-view. But no, we're gonna get it right here on Raw, so we can hurry up and go tell this Edge story. And you know what I'm saying? That as Randy Orton's already deep in the story with Bray Wyatt, or whatever the case may be. Xavier Woods backstage. Kofi's there. Talking about something. He's in the best of 5 with Retribution. News to me. And tonight he's going up against Mustafa Ali. Me personally, I think Mustafa Ali and Kofi should be the match of WrestleMania. If it's a 2-night thing, you can have these little singles matches on there, and then when Kofi beats him, disband Retribution. But so we're out there and having a match, and the match is all right. T-Bar tries to get involved, and then Kofi just dives on the steel steps and knocks down T-Bar and Mace. Woods wins with a roll up here on Mustafa Ali and wins the matchup. So we're in a New Day and Retribution type rivalry. Miz TV with Bad Bunny, and Miz TV talks about how, well, 2 rounds don't make a right. Destroy your DJ equipment. You cost us the Royal Rumble spot. I said, let bygone be bygone. I'm sorry. Bad Bunny's like, he's not going to apologize. And he used to say, look, I heard do a little birdie that you wanted to be a wrestler. He's like, yeah, it's my dream. And he said, I can get you into wrestling if you can get us a record deal. He says, no, I'm not. I'm not here for all that, Miz. I'm just here because this guy wanted to be on Miz TV. And it's Damian Priest. So this is the way they build in Damian Priest to come out. And we get a match. Damian Priest taking on The Miz. And Damian Priest is giving off all his high-flying moves. Like, I'm glad he can do it, but I still don't want him always diving over the top rope and stuff like that, because once something go wrong, you're going to be headed out to that Performance Center with Keith Lee on Tuesdays and Thursdays, because Vince don't like big guys doing all that kind of stuff. But Bad Bunny is on the corner. Miz trying to get his money in the bank briefcase. He pulls out the way and then hits John Morrison with the actual microphone. You hear the boom in the microphone. That sound like it hurt. Then Damian Priest hits him for what was it, the reckoning he calls it, and beats Miz 1, 2, 3. So there's your thing for your debut for Damian Priest on Monday Night Raw. Time for the Raw Tag Team Championships. The Hurt Business taking on Lucha House Party, because we have no tag teams on Raw. Period. Anywhere in WWE, because these are the kind of tag team matches that unfortunately we had to get. Lucha House Party, Hurt Business, New Day is doing something with Retribution. Retribution haven't even formed a tag team just yet, and there's nothing else. Nothing else. So we're going to see these kind of matches over and over again. So the match is actually pretty good. It looks like Cedric and Cedric and Shelton on the same page. MVP is on the announcer's table doing the commentary. He never addresses the Bobby Lashley thing. He kind of does, but he never addresses the Hurt Business Day. So I don't know if it's like more of an interterm. I want to see where this goes. Just don't bring up my Hurt Business just yet. Match is going real good. Cedric about to finish off the match, but then Shelton does a blind tag and hits the pay dirt on Lindsay Dorado, I think it was, and then wins the matchup. They didn't get into more arguing or shoving, but then Cedric's like, you see I had that one, right? You see I had that one. So obviously this inner turmoil stuff is not yet done just yet. So, but the Hurt Business retained the Raw Tag Championships as they should. Triple threat tag team matchup with Charlotte and Asuka taking on Mandy and Dana, taking on Naomi and Lana, and the winner is going to face the Women's Tag Team Champions. So Asuka loses the back, like she was trying to politely say Asuka was ready, but I got distracted because of your drama, and you're not the one that's gonna be ready. So you're gonna be ready to get these belts back. So it's alluding that, hey, we're gonna probably do the breakup between Charlotte and Asuka, and that's gonna be the match at WrestleMania. That's basically how I see it. I definitely Bianca needs to go against Sasha. That's the money match over there, okay? And then she'll need to go against Asuka. The money match is with Sasha Banks. So, the match is pretty much nothing here. It's a triple threat tag team matchup, and then surprisingly, Lana and Naomi get the win here after Charlotte gets distracted again by her dad and Lacey Evans, and then when Asuka gets distracted, also she gets a review, and then by Naomi, and Naomi pins the women's champion. Let's not just throw that by the wayside neither. Drew McIntyre gets interviewed and says, family's fight, but if you want to match Sheamus, you're gonna get your match. So he didn't say when, but the match is going to be coming. Elias and Jackson Ryker take on Jeff Hardy and the returning Carlito. So I hope Carlito is back. Carlito is jacked right now. It's kind of like when Shelton Benjamin left. He came back. He was jacked. So I'm like, okay, I want to see this. I want to see this Carlito. Of course, we can't spit in the face because COVID. But it is cool though. It is cool. No pun intended. But hey, Carlito hits the backstabber on Elias, and then Jeff hits a swanton, and they win the matchup. Please, Jeff beat Elias like 5 straight times. Move away from this shit. Move away from it. It's really boring. Alexa Bliss is taking on Nikki Cross now, and Nikki Cross is still trying to sympathize with her best friend. And she's like, "No, you want to fight?" And then they go up and they lock and they do a lockup. Like all that emotion. I hate when they got all this build-up emotion and they go for a lockup. No, I hate that. As the match goes on, Alexa returns back to her regular self to make it seem like her and Nikki are having a regular exhibition match. And Nikki's like, I'm not falling for that stuff. And then she goes back to playful Harley Quinn, Alexa Bliss. And then she looks like she's about to turn to dark matter, but she doesn't. She just takes Nikki Cross and gives her the Velveteen Dream DDT. That's what it is, okay? Like a new version of the Sister Abigail. She has her Sister Abigail form, and she wraps the arm around the DDT form, which Velveteen Dream was doing first, okay, and then beat Nikki Cross with that move. I mean, it was cool, but I'm saying, but it ain't like the first time they ever seen it. But it probably is because they ain't watching NXT. Main event time: Randy Orton is taking on Edge, and as Randy Orton is coming out, Alexa Bliss is coming up, and they just stop right there by each other and just keep on walking. They don't even really acknowledge. Well, Alexa Bliss looks at Randy Orton, but he don't even make eye contact with her. And then now it's time for Edge. So right now, Randy Orton is beating the shit out of Edge for the majority of this matchup. And he has him for the Randy Orton DDT over in the corner. And then he's about to hit an RKO. And then you hear these little, like, wind chimes kind of thing like that. And you see Alexa Bliss just sitting on the top turnbuckle and just blood just dripping from her mouth and everything like that. I'm like, what's going on? And all of a sudden, they just cut right back. Edge hits a spear on Randy Orton. And Edge wins the match. I was like, that fell flat to me. I mean, because rivalry's over now. Edge gets to go into something like this. I know. We got one WrestleMania. You wouldn't get away from the Randy Orton Edge. So I'm saying, but it got to be. The story was good. I wanted to be a climactic finish, and it kind of wasn't for me. But that was Raw for you guys. So Raw is just like a yesterday. It wasn't so bad. It was like unwatchable to me. It was bad though, but it wasn't that great neither. You know what I'm saying? It's just in the middle. It was just in the middle. I enjoyed the radio and Edge match was all right, but I didn't like. It's just that it didn't feel complete necessarily to me. It didn't feel that complete to me. Alexa Bliss facing Nikki Cross. It was Bobby Lashley snapping was cool. The promo with Edge and Drew McIntyre at the beginning was cool. And it's like that. So yeah, Raw's leaning probably more towards the downside, but it was still right in the middle. Post any comments down below how you guys feel about Raw. Hit the like button if you guys enjoyed my review of Monday Night Raw. Hit the subscribe button for more WWE content right here on NC Studios. So once again, it's NC a place to be. Mr. A&D, and Nerd Coalition is out.